Hey everybody, welcome to oldpocketknives.com. This is Jesse, and today I want to show you a lot of knives that I bought on eBay. It arrived today, so I want to see what's going on in here. There was a knife that really intrigued me. It was early American, like late 1800s looking Congress Whittler knife with, I think, horn handles. Those are some of my favorite patterns. So there's some other knives in here, but I think most of them are junkers. It was advertised as a rusty lot, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get. I know there were some broken blades. You got to take a chance sometimes. It was only like $30 plus shipping, so I don't think I'm going to get, taken or anything from this lot, but looked like a pretty cool knife, so I figured I'd take a chance. Let's see what's inside this thing. All right, so I did one of these before, and it was my old timer knife video. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. It's an old bone-handled old timer knife. But when I opened that one up on camera, I had used my hands or scissors or something, and people were pointing out that the old pocket knives guy wasn't using an old pocket knife, so I got a good chuckle about that. I'm not using a pocket knife today. I'm going to use a box cutter. But let's see what is actually in here. You never know how people are going to wrap things up on eBay. So far it's pretty decent, but let's see how the knives are wrapped up. Lots of bubble wrap USPS shipping containers. Okay, they're just in a bag all loose, probably clanking against each other. Again, I'm not anticipating the greatest group of knives here, but let's check it out. If this was anything special like bone or whatever, this probably would be all broken up in a shipment thousands of miles across the country. But let's kind of go through and see what we have here. I'm going to try to save that last one at the end, so we'll see the one I'm looking for. This is looks like a Pakistan lock blade knife. Yep, Pakistan lock blade. It's okay, decent knife. Does it? Yeah, the lock works. So not the worst. This one was actually a pretty decent looking scout knife. Now, I'm anticipating something being broken on here. I think this is a Ulster, but let's see what we have. I know it's rusty. I can see that. Nope, it's actually an Imperial Providence, Rhode Island. All right, that's a full blade. All right, we got the cap lifter. Actually, sorry, that's the can opener. All right, I'm going to try to struggle through these here. I'm doing this live, obviously. We have a full blade here. And the punch blade is actually pretty full, too. Cleaned up. This could be a, $25, $30 knife potentially on its own. So there we go. I don't feel too bad about what's to come. So I think this is probably from, you got the Be Prepared Shield Boy Scout knife there. Yeah, probably from the 60s, maybe late 50s. I'm gonna say 60s though. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, the old Camp King with the plastic handles falling off. Also an Imperial. I'm not gonna spend too much time opening this knife, but looks like it's full and the handle's kind of falling off. Yeah, that's definitely a junker. All right, another little lock back here. This is a Sharp 700. I think Sharp is a Japanese knife. Yep, so made in Japan, stainless Japan. Pretty nice little knife. It's very dirty. The lock doesn't quite work. Maybe it just needs some oil, but a pretty decent looking knife there. All right. We have a little fish knife that is kind of trash. We have little imperial or colonial or something like that. Okay. We have a little advertising knife. Looks like advertising from Pennsylvania. Norma and Leo Straub. DEECK bar. Not sure what that means, but it's a little colonial advertising knife. All right. Got a little Swiss Army style, but I think this is the China. Yep, stainless China. Little keychain knife there. We have a nasty looking Barlow. The shell handles. Can't open it. That's a junker. Okay, I think this is maybe Sheffield or something. One of these little shell-handled knives as well. Doesn't look like a colonial or imperial, so I'm going to say it's that. I can't even open it, but interesting little knife nonetheless. What else we got? I can see the knife I'm after in here, but I'm not gonna take it until the last one. What do we have? Little nail clippers. Great. Okay. All right. Got a little modern knife here, stainless China. Nice. Lock works well. Okay, have a couple knives. One is the World War II, 1941 to 45 commemorative knife here. I think this is a Pakistan maker. It's got a pattern number and an eagle etch on the blade. It is not Pakistan, it is made in China. World War II commemorative knife. Haven't seen that one before. Reminds me of some of the Statue of Liberty knives I've seen before. Looks like a little floral knife or florist knife. This is interesting. It's a J.A. Henkel's from Germany. This can be cleaned up. I think this is a pretty decent knife too, actually. Not sure if I can get this blade open. Yep, I can't at the moment. Okay, so I was able to grab a pair of pliers here and open up the blades, but yeah, you can see the twins there, the J.A. Henkel's knife. It's, I believe, a florist pattern. It has kind of a spay blade and a sheepfoot blade. So that's kind of cool. Oh, didn't remember that one being in the lot, but that's at least a probably $30 knife as well. So doing okay so far. Let's keep going. See what we got. By the way, I have my pliers, so now I can... There we go. Okay. It is Republic of Ireland. All right, I know that there was some Imperial Ireland. This one's a pretty tough one to open. All right, getting back to it. Okay, yep, one of these all textile San Antonio, Texas advertising. Kind of Swiss Army style, probably made in China. Oh, here's a real Swiss Army. Probably an older one, but in pretty rough shape. I know that they're really old when they have the pins in them. This one doesn't have that. I'm gonna guess this is probably from the 80s or something. Maybe late 70s. We got the scissors. Yep, pretty rusty lot here. But, all right, missing the tweezers. But the toothpick remains. Okay. Going back in. Yeah. Can't open it, but it's an Imperial. I can see the crown there. Little jack with rough handles. Alright, what do we got? A little fish knife, probably a colonial based on some of the other ones I've seen. Yep. Alright. Colonial. And this scalar cap lifter blade here. That can be cleaned up. Decent little knife. Wow. These have not seen oil, I'll tell you that much. All right, a couple more, and then we'll get to the one that I ordered it for. All right, looks like a Schrade Walden, missing the little silver, nickel silver shield. Yep, Schrade Walden. Blade is tipped. It's a 718 pattern. Yep. And a little knife from China. Woodsman, looks like. This was Sam's knife. Alright, so this is the knife that I saw initially when I looked for the lot here. So let's see what's going on. Typically these patterns have, you know, they're pretty delicate with the pen blade and the pen blades they had on the end. So I expect something to be broken, but let's just check it out. See what we have here. Looks complete, actually. So I think this is a horn handle on this knife. Looks like the two pen blades are there. So I'm really excited if that is the case. Let's see who made it. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, maybe Northfield or Mayer and Grosch or something from Toledo. Empire Knife Company. Let's see. I'm not sure. And what are the odds I can get this open with my hand? Oh, I can. All right. So what does that say? That's an early looking stamp there. I'm gonna need to clean this up, so I might come back and clean this up a little bit, but it looks like a pretty early stamp. See if I can open these without any oil. No, not really. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna clean this guy up a little bit, and I'll come back and let you know what we have here. Okay, so at this point I kind of cleaned them up. I used some oil, light oil, and some fine steel wool, and it pretty much removes the active rust. I know I could probably get at it a little bit more, but pretty decent little knife. This is I did a little bit more research, and I think this one, this Imperial, dates to, I think it was like 1946 to 52 or something like that, so probably around 1950. I like the badge on there with the be prepared. Cleaned up the handles a little bit better as well. So again, out of that $30 group of knives, this one came out of it. It's complete, that's good. And that one cleaned up pretty decent. We have this one. This was the budding and grafting knife. So one of these blades is for budding, the other one's for grafting. Very specialized knife. But you know, folks who worked with plants, flowers would use these. This is the Henckels. You can see the twins there, and made in Germany. The Henckels brand goes back to the 1700s. This one's probably, I don't know, 1920. I'm just guessing on that, but it has that ivory celluloid handles. Nice shape. You can see J.A. Henckels, Germany. If it has the country of manufacture, it's older than 1890 for sure. But this one's a pretty nice knife as well. Great snap on those blades. And we have, again, we had those two blades. We had a sheepfoot blade and a spay blade on there for the specific purposes of budding and grafting. And finally, the one that caught my attention is this Whittler with the ebony handles, very dark wood in real nice shape. A manicure blade, a pen blade, and you can see the stamp on this guy here, if I can get it into focus. So it's Mayer and Grosch. That stamp, I think it's a relatively old one. So they started making knives in 1877, and they had like a mail order catalog. And this one, I think, is one of the earlier ones, to be honest. So again, I'm thinking this is 1900 or before. The blade is pretty full, but it looks like someone did some work on it for sure. Obviously has some rust spots on there, which I kind of smoothed out by cleaning them up a little bit. I'm sure some people will have preferences as to, you know, how to finish this knife off, but I tend to err on the side of original. But yeah, Congress pattern, sheepfoot blade, which is what all the basically Congress pattern whittlers would have had on the main blade. I swear you can see a little bit of, I could see a little bit of an etch on the blade when I held it in certain lights. A lot of the Mayer and Grosch knives were etched like that. But anyway, I really was pleased that it was all in one piece. And it's definitely a survivor. It's definitely got some history to it. So I was pretty pleased overall with the group of knives that came out of it. So yeah, these were kind of the highlights, I guess. I hope everyone enjoyed kind of tagging along here on this journey of cracking these knives open and seeing what I got. Yeah, if you have any comments, leave it in the comment section. As always, thanks again for tuning in. This is Jesse at oldpocketknives.com. Have a great day.